Millionaires of Reddit, how did you become so wealthy?
I live in Eastern Europe. In 1990, I took out a huge loan and bought 10 apartments and furnished them. I rent them out to people. And with the money I earn from them, I pay off the loan payments. I do this every 10 years. I have now 30 apartments and one employee who I pay to maintain them and make sure payments and maintenance is handled. The key is finding good tenants and maintaining a good relationship with them. It's not that hard, but a key to this strategy. In my 20s, I was a computer programmer just as the web started exploding in popularity. I could wire up websites and databases back when internet technologies were new and tooling was still primitive. I never hit it big with a viral website like Facebook or Amazon, but I did charge a lot for programming services. And I used that money to buy houses at first, and ultimately an apartment building in coastal California. In my 40s now, I don't feel very wealthy really. Oddly, I still check prices when shopping. And I plan to drive my old Jeep until it dies. When I travel, I often pay to fly first class, and I do enjoy the nicer hotels. But other than that, I live and spend rather simply. Well, sir, step in front of cars. Answer the drivers.
Found John Ralphio.
I got run over by a Lexus. I enlisted in the Army when I was 18. I liked it. I asked to become an officer, and they let me. The Army sent me to college and I graduated. My officer pay was way higher, and in the Army you don't have very many bills. I found I could save in between $1,000 and $5,000 every month of my life. After my second deployment, I was sitting on about $200,000. I hired a financial manager. He did well a few years. I bought and rented a couple houses. I've got 17 years in the Army, creeping closer to a portfolio worth $2 million and a good pension in retirement. I'm about to make Lieutenant Colonel. I'm in my late 30s. Just grind and save. Always saved up a lot of money, 40% of my pay, and continually put it into stocks. Investment returns have outdone my savings for quite a while.
How do you know which stocks to invest in?
I've invested since I was 18. I have a degree in economics and deep interest in the markets. But honestly, I don't know anything. I have a diversified portfolio of 10 different stocks in different fields. Theory says that's too little, but I don't care. The different stock is all listed on the most traded index in my country. I come from Denmark, so it's the OMXC20 index. The thing is, stocks in general increase in value over time. Sure, some of my stocks are in red, but most are in black. Some drop 30%, others gain 40%. But year on year, my portfolio increases about the market average of 7%. That's including years of financial turmoil, financial crisis. In my opinion, the worst you can do with your money is to not invest it. Being frugal, not buying new cars, not caring about what others think, saving and investing and doing it again, not making knee-jerk investments, letting them ride long-term, and not freaking out at every market correction. For me, it was a slow game, but fun to watch it take off. Converted all of my money into Zimbabwean dollars.
Brilliant. I just printed FYO bucks, it was hella easy. We have such an inflation problem, I'm worth several billion.
I actually hit big at a casino a while back. Not enough where I can afford to quit my job and buy a mansion, but I'm comfy and so will my son be. I used to run an apple cart in NYC. Would buy an apple for 5 cents and sell it for 10 cents. Did this for 20 years. Then my wife's father died and left us a chain of hotels. I'm on track of being a millionaire by just investing in my 401k. I started my career at 20 years old right after graduating from college, and started investing the minimum to my 401k. Never really thought much of it until I did those calculators, and realized that since I started so young, the compound interest on any investment account with a decent return would be huge. I would recommend you just put anything away. Everyone tells you to max your investments, but honestly not everyone can invest $18,000 a year. Do the math of how much $200 a month will grow in 30 years. This might not be the exact answer, but this will easily get you to be a millionaire at some point. I sell overpriced consultancy time to CTOs who don't know any better. Not there yet, but getting there. Same degree for both wife and I. I bag my lunch and drink from water fountain. I eat out with coworkers maybe once a month. Fill up my trusty clean canteen bottle daily with the free ice from cafeteria and water from the water fountain. And my lower third is right now. Have a 5-5 years ago. About 40% paid off. Hope to pay it off completely well before I turn 40. Currently, about $350,000 in bank between liquid and stocks. Currently driving a 9-year-old Scion. Wife has a 13-year-old Camry. Daughter's toys are from the thrift store. Haven't had cable TV ever. Love Costco and Walmart. Love looking at deal sites. That doesn't mean we do not enjoy life. We've been backpacking in Europe. I've visited Dubai, Bahamas, Bermuda, Puerto Rico, Vegas numerous times, Canada numerous times. Going to Cali in less than a month. My philosophy is this: you get rich by acting poor in things that really don't please your heart. We like traveling, so we do that. I like photography, so I have a DSLR. Wife likes nail polish, so she has like a big box full of them. I don't care much about food, so I bag it and we rarely eat out. Same with our cars. Live simply, invest and spend wisely. Love unconditionally. My first million was the hardest to attain. Took me a good 10 to 15 years to find the perfect bank near the highway. A safe cracker that's not a complete ducking idiot. And an inside man that's not going to fold under a little bit of stress. Once I got my perfect team, getting the million was easy. The second was easier now that I got some experience under my belt. I sold 18% of my company for a large sum of money, and we worked together to expand.
He asked how you got rich, not how you got more rich.
I was born. All came from my parents. I get a lot of crap from my friends in college, lol. My parents, on the other hand, went from living in lower middle class India. Born in late 50s, so basically studying hard and family bonds were what kept them going. Came to California for masters and PhD, and worked for massive tech companies for about 30 years. My dad went up to executive director or something. They invested a lot of money and bought houses in India, and rented them out. The house they bought here in California went from $1.1 million to about $3.5 million. Self-made. Cracked the first $1 million just after 33 sometime. Then, the next few came quickly. The best advice is to build capital early. I scrimped and saved and had my first car till I was 30. And it totally shed itself. Didn't waste money on holidays or any expenditure that was 100% necessary. Holidays consisted just of time off work and going to beach or doing fun free things. So once I had a little nest egg, $10,000, I got a house. And every time I had a spare $50, put it against the mortgage. Then every time I got a pay rise, the difference went to the mortgage, not to increase in lifestyle. I'm 4 to 5 now and saving becomes less of a priority as the base capital is there. I can spend every cent I earn and my base will still increase. Summary: get saving early. What car, what clothes you wear don't change who you are. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to Karma Farm to get more videos just like this.